goodness. Hey, John. Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Hey, Kyle. Nice to see you. Thank you, John. Hey, Joe. Nice to see you. There we go. It's a little bit better. Hey, Floyd Robbins. Nice to see you. Hanging in there, Kyle. Give me a drink here. Let a few people get in here. I meant to post a reminder video. Totally forgot today. It's been a busy day. But I did post a short, couple pictures. I did want to post a short video, but it didn't. I was having an issue trying to post that at work, so I don't know what was going on there. I do have a video of some switching and running some trains and some picking up some cars over the refinery area. Tried to do hey, Thomas Moore, nice to see you. An ops video with Conrail over there, but that crossover Kato, and there's another switch that has a short in it. So it wasn't making it very fun. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on there. So not really sure. And I mean, it's powered all ends and everything, and like it should be. So is the other turnout. I think maybe could be dirty point, because I noticed when I kind of mess with the point, then everything's fine. So, or I may have to just kind of notch that thing out. Katos are weird like that sometimes. So, and the crossover may just need to be cleaned. Thomas More, I do like that. Hi, Wigwag. Nice to see you. So I do have some video of that over there. You kind of hear the locomotive cut out a little bit on it, but I cleaned it, everything. And so I just got to get under there and kind of look at it, figure out. Eventually, I got to wire all that underneath anyway. I'm starting to kind of figure out my roads over there. Now that I'm started back at work this week, I might make some money, so I might buy some buildings. couple more different structures. I'm starting to get an idea of how I want to do that town. Um, Watching some other videos kind of gave me an idea. So I'm getting some good ideas on how I want to kind of plan it out. So as good as normal can be right now, Anthony. I'll put it that way. So yes, Thomas, I do. As a matter of fact, I just made a video of my black and white GP35 switching and pulling some cars. I love using that Atlas Gold Series GP35. It's weathered good. It looks good. Looks like right out of my time period I do, which is the like 82, 83 era. And yeah, I do have some video at that coming up. And then this weekend, I may actually just do a little more video and add to it. So, hey, Michael Boshiers, nice to see you. Hey, Michael McCarville, nice to see you as well. Jim Tedesco. So yes, I still do have my GM&O Locos. There's one right now, my black and white GP35 there. So, hi, Dwight. And I definitely have my red and white SD40. Like to get another one of those and paint another one of those. I've got 2 orange and whites. I have 2 gray and orange ICGs. I only have 1 red and white GM&O. I'd like to have another one. And that way it kind of rounds out my SD40s. Lionel just is so nice. The new Lionel stuff is just so high quality, just so nice. But yeah, so I do have a video. I need to put it together. I've got one of my SD40s pulling some grain cars out of the yard down by the refinery area, and bringing it up to the yard here, and then the GM&O GP35 picking it up. So that's good. And I think I'll probably I might get a video of my red and whites Jeeps. I haven't done that for a while, so probably a good idea to run them a little bit too. So got 14 in here. All right. But other than that, I've got my bridge working. I've got some people to still answer. They did. Yes, Thomas, they did. Yep. I think they made a passenger set as well to go with it, if I remember right. Well, Jim, I was doing good, staying steady until I did my labs this morning. And a couple things. I have a while back, I had an issue with some fluid buildup in my abdomen. And so they put a drain in, and I still have it. And it was draining the fluid. It's draining the fluid. Well, the last couple days, it's kind of been getting some blood in it. And so I don't know if they're going to pull that out or what. But then also, since Friday and this morning, my white blood cells just took a dump. So once I was at work, I saw my labs come through. I looked at it. My renal function was staying pretty steady, but my white blood cells took a big dump. I mean, from normal, which was like 5.8 or 5.9 on Friday morning to 1.6 this morning. So basically, I don't have an immune system. Yeah, hey Kyle, so I feel okay, but there's something going on that's causing that. They're going to adjust my medicine for a day. That can cause it. They checked me. I had to go back. I did labs this morning. I had to go back to the hospital after work, and they said, we want you to do these couple labs. We're going to test a couple things that kind of lets us know, like infection wise, if you got something going on. If I do, I'm pretty sure it has to do with this drain. I would be so happy when this thing's gone. I'm tired of this thing. I've had it for about over 3 weeks. It's still making fluid, but it's making less, but it has to make to where it gets down to 30 milliliters to 40 milliliters a day, and they'll take it out. It's getting down to 100 or less. So we're getting there. Tuesday, I have to do a biopsy again. I already did one when they put this drain in, just to make sure I didn't have rejection. I didn't, but there was some scarring, probably from the stress of everything. So he's going to check that just to make sure that's healing up. And thanks, John. And so we'll see what's going on. But well, Kyle, I listened to Houses of the Holy the other, I think, Sunday. I had that on my turntable. Before that, I had Presence. And what else was I listening to? I think I had a couple others on there, but those are my last two Led Zeppelin ones I listened to. Were just the last couple days. So now my Presence is the original pressing. Houses of Holy is a reprint on a 120, supposed 180 gram or whatever it is, vinyl. It is heavy. I don't know if it's really 180 grams, but it is a very nice quality record. But of course, I paid like $30 for it. It should be so. Yep, off the rails. Nice to see you. Yeah, doing the best. So, but going back to work. So I hope. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding off the rails. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on next couple days. And I am still working. After I go to the doctor tomorrow morning, because they want to look at my drain. When they called me, I called them this afternoon when I saw that, when I got home for lunch, and kind of said, this is going on. I got this going on. And so she said, we're going to see you. We want to see your drain. We want to see what it looks like. And I need to take a picture of it because I'm going to flush it tonight, because I got to flush it once a day. And it's going to flush a lot of this blood that's in it out. But I'm going to take a picture of it and say, this is what I was looking at. So you guys know this is built up through the day. By mid-morning, it was like this, and it stayed like this. Me just being on my feet. So, oh, those are all great ones, Kyle. I got all of them. Yep. The only one I don't have is Coda, and Song Remains the Same, which are, I could take it or leave that. But I mean, if it has some, there's like an extended version of it now on the new release vinyl. That I probably wouldn't mind having. Oh, the Song Remains the Same. But yeah, it's really. Other than that, I've got all my Zeppelin that I want. Corn Country. I did not see Corn. Good Corn Country Rails. Nice to see you. Hopefully, you sold off some of that HO supply or kind of collection you were trying to sell. I saw some of that at the train show you were showing. On mine, I use a JBL Bluetooth speaker, and then I have it's a kind of a mid-grade turntable. It's called it's Retro Life. I got it off Amazon. It rated good. It was a little bit higher than my last turntable. It's got the weight. I can adjust the weight in the back and everything. Thanks, Ray. Oh, no problem. So, and I really like this one. The only thing is the it doesn't have where I can adjust the speed on the actual platter, but it's an upgrade. So every couple of years, maybe I'll upgrade, and eventually I'll upgrade to something really, really nice. But for now, I'm really happy with it. So, and I get great sound out of it. So. Yeah, thanks for asking, Anthony. Yep. Well, yeah, you can find that, Kyle. It's the big box set. It's called the Mothership. Yep. But as far as the layout goes, I still plan on doing it. I do have one project I need to start working on. And right here on my workbench, because I'm down on my workbench, is this. This is when Robert, the Flying Crow, put a decoder in for me, and this thing runs really great. It's an older Atlas Conrail. I need to do a couple things to this. I did run it. Number one, I need to get the couplers off of here and put some micro trains on it. I need to put a number on it, put the number boards on it, and I need to paint the rails and touch that up, detail it. And then it's going to be ready to go to pull some freight, but it runs really good. I've ran it a few times on the layout. I think it's set to 099 for address right now. But this is just an older Atlas, and I put the decoder. Robert put the decoder in it for me, and it just runs really good. I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to get it touched up and decal with a number on it so I can program it. Hi, Grandpa Rails. Well, I started with one of those too, Kyle. I think mine was a Victrola one, though. Yes, Thomas Moore, that is in scale. Yep. I do in scale. And then you were asking about my GM&O. I'll just pull it right here off the layout really quick. And this is my Atlas Gold. I hear my train running away. GP35. Weathered to look like it did in 1982. See if I can get that a little closer to the camera. You can see the weathering on it. That's about what it looked like in the 80s. It was pretty, they were pretty dirty. Love using this, love switching with it. I switch out the co-op all the time with this. This one, I had little issues with it at first. And so did I did my other one. I got a ICG orange and white GP35 Atlas Gold. Once I ran them a little bit and broke them in, they were just super smooth. I never had any issues with them. So thank you, Thomas. Yeah. Yep. Never had an issue with it. I love it. I would still like to find a couple more GP35s. I know there's a couple more numbers they make, and I'd also like to find one more GP20. I have one GP30. I have one of those. I'd like to find number 520 because I have a picture back here on my wall of 520 right there. And I remember growing up, that was the one that always was in the Bloomington yard. So they ran the locals. Yeah, that'd be fun to run. I always thought about an old Steam just to run as an excursion. Even though I do the 80s. Yep, Kyle, they stopped washing. Dundas Model Railroad. James, nice to see you. Illinois ICG in the 70s, once the merger happened, about mid-70s, stopped really. If they washed it, they washed it. If they didn't, they didn't. And they just sent them out there. And they looked pretty grungy by the 80s. So. And then I think one of my other projects I want to get going on is I still need to finish my Clark gas station. I'm almost done with it. But I'm going to start on this to upgrade my lumber area, my lumber mill. Just make it a little more modern and just to serve the lumber. I have some the high hoppered wood chipper cars, which were very popular on the ICG. IC had them, the GM&O had them, ICG used them, but they used them sometimes for wood chips, but they used them here in the Midwest to haul corn cobs. I think I talked about that before on one of my shows, but that was something that they hauled frequently in the fall down to St. Louis to like Wood River area to the thing down there. I think they made like plastic products out of them. Yep. Yeah, I think we're gonna have, and I'm gonna hand make some lumber. Right now, I talked about in my last update. I have the fake looking Atlas lumber. For now, it's just doing the job, filling in. But I need to and it doesn't take long to do it. It's just a little tedious to actually make in scale lumber. Um, and it looks way better when you actually make it out of wood. It's just a nice detail. So that's something I want to spruce up my now. Yeah. Yes, Thomas, you are correct. I'm not looking forward to build another Walters kit, but this one doesn't look. It looks pretty straightforward compared to like what I did the refinery kits. Um, oh boy, those were the first one. That's why I heightened into the back. I didn't like the way it looked or turned out, but but um, the second one I had it down pat, got that done, and it looks great. That's why it's up in the front where you can see it. Yeah, I have a at the train show I bought, and I think it was a Microtrains one. It's got some really nice looking timbers on it. I have a ton of ICG freight cars, Kyle. I got them out the wazoo. Ton of hoppers, orange box cars, some Gmino green box cars, a couple of Gmino red box cars, Illinois Central um, orange box cars. I have one Illinois Central brown one that I can. It's the only one I ever came across in N-scale microtrains. I know they make them. I found it at the last train show I went to in Galesburg and bought it. I think it was only $10, which wasn't a bad deal. Oh, James. Well, hopefully they're enjoying their visit. Also have an ICG coil car too, which I think is at Buford Shops. Yep, they sure would. Yep, and they were one of the few railroads that ran 40-foot box cars into the mid '80s, and then once they sold off the Gulf part again and went to the IC and revamped it, a lot of those older 40-foot box cars just disappeared. Um, yep, old 3008. 3008, the real 3008, because I remember the real 3008, um, was a GP40 that was in the black and white with the green diamond paint scheme. Oh, well, no problem, Kyle. Um, and I actually have a picture of that one in the '80s, and it had, I don't know what happened to the door, but it had like a tan door or something. They switched the door, happened to the door or something. And I have one of 30s. Let's see, 3018 also. Those are the only two I ever saw as a kid growing up in the '80s. They were very rare to find here in this on this line. You would see it more in the Chicago area or down south, Macomb and all that area. You'd see the or black and whites with the green diamond that were left. You'd see them more prevalent there, or out in the Iowa division, you would see the high nose GP nines and 18s, which I have a GP 18 black and white. It it is an old Atlas, and it runs. It's loud. I don't know. The older Atlas GP nines were loud, but yeah, I'd love to make it to that show someday, Timonium or Springfield or the big show, Amherst, just to see. Yep, there sure was, Thomas. You're absolutely right. That's true, Joe. Um, that way you're not stuck to what you want to do. You can just do what you want to do. I just do the 80s because that's what I grew up uh, rail fanning in when I was a kid, and a lot of my pictures I have are from the 80s. And then, of course, I have some of my own pictures that I took um, on my wall as well, but a lot of mine are from the 70s and the 80s. But yeah, I have a ton of all kinds of different ICG stuff. I seen all kinds of weird ICG stuff when I was a kid. So here in the Bloomington yard when it used to be busy in like the early 80s. And then kind of mid 80s, it died out when the railroad started to kind of lose some revenue and they were getting ready to restructure back into the Illinois Central again. Then the yard kind of went barren a little bit and they only switched out the local Purina plant here, really, and some locals. And um, and they just kept like a GP 10 here to do that with. And they took the little switchers out in 84, and that was sad to see, but that's pretty cool, Thomas. But um, so yeah, I really need to get finished on my little gas station so I can kind of figure out my town. And I have my Clark Petroleum little place, which is Northern Oil, or I think it's Interstate Oil, is a Walters kit that I have. But I actually can show you because I have it here also on my workbench in my little box here that I've been taking up and down the steps. I just painted those barrels. I need to weather them, and I need to put the little house back on there. But I made a sign for that. There's my little Clark sign that I made, copying the other decals from the Clark gas station. This is going to be for the distribution center. Um, could put a little rust on there too, just a tad touch. Um, but I've been, man, this sign, I really love this sign in that Blair kit. I just like this sign, so cool. It just turned out really great. I really love this gas station sign too. So, and it's got, I think the 1980 price is 56 cents a gallon. Man, those were the days, huh? Oops, I need to put that back in there too. We're just gonna put that carefully back in there. Yeah, it sat there for probably till like 1980, late 83, maybe early 84. And then they had some old GM&O tanker cars that sat there next to it or with it. Uh, yeah, um, I have pictures of the old IC yard here too. And kind of a picture of the old freight house that used to be here. And it was not far from me. It's only a couple blocks over where it actually used to be. It was so dry, such an old, it burned down. Um, and it had like the big green diamond on it, said Illinois Central. Hi, Derek. Yeah, those were cool. That'd be cool, Thomas. Whoa. Yeah, they were. Yes, Thomas. Yes, Dwight. Um, where at in El Paso? I don't really recall where it is, but it is down by El Paso, outside of El Paso, a farm that has a TP&W caboose just sitting out there next to the barn. It's the bay window, orange and white, the last cabooses they kind of had. It's even, I think, the newer TP&W lettering, and it may even have the Santa Fe circle that says TP&W in it. But yes, there is one. The old, you mean the Steamliner Green Diamond, Kyle? Um, uh, I might maybe just freelance and run it as something like from a museum. I don't think that'd be out of the question. Like the Zephyr. Okay, yeah. Yep, okay. Yes, they did, Thomas. Yep. They ran them for a long time, too. I want to say into the 50s. I mean, they ran steam pretty late until they got the high nose diesels. I might consider it, Kyle. I mean, I think it was a cool looking train, um, and it did run close to here. Didn't come through here, but it was close to here. So I would have loved to have grown up in the '60s and early '70s. Just watching railroads would have been pretty cool. There was still a lot of stuff around. Um, but yeah, that would have been. Yeah, I agree with you off the rails. But I grew up. Yeah, I grew up like I said in the '80s watching. As a kid, started watching rail fanning, and Bloomington was a great place in the early '80s till the mid '80s. Well, you could do that, Kyle. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, Robert. Nice to see you. I was just showing everybody that Conrail GP40 that you put the decoder in for me. That's one of my next projects I want to get going on, putting the couplers on it and some number boards and some numbers and get it on the layout. I've been running it just to keep it running. Oh yeah, it's running good. Yep. Yep, I actually have a coupler kit. I don't know if it'll work for it, but I'm gonna look at it and hopefully get that to work the way the hook one is in there. But I'll have to see. Um, Thomas, I think somebody made one, and I thought it was Concord, if I remember right. Maybe I'm not sure. Yep, he does a good job, Dwight. I'm sure. I'm sure, Robert. Okay, Bachran. Okay. Hmm. Actually, Thomas, the one in that I want to get is because I love them as Nickel Plate Road, Berkshire. Um, what is it? The 756 or whatever it is, or six, or the one they run as excursion right now out of Fort Wayne. Um, I would love to have one of those to run as and put some. Just I buy like a mixture of passenger cars like Pennsylvania or whatever, and just run an excursion train with that, like they normally do out of the museum up there. That one I'd love to have. Um, yeah, the 765. Yep, I believe that's the one they make. Man, the sound and everything. I don't know how it would do on some of my turnout or some of my curves, um, but well, it could be off the rails. That could be a little bit challenging. I get that a lot of times when I'm doing projects. So yeah, I have to find it a good price. The price on that has come down pretty. It's come down where it's a little more affordable than it used to be. You can find probably a nice used one on one of the markets um, for a decent price. But yeah, I love that thing. Um, Now here in Bloomington, we don't have a Berkshire. We have a Makito that's on display in our park that used to switch here all the time in Bloomington. Sitting here till the '60s, and they moved it to the park and put it on display like in the early '60s. Yeah, well, thanks, Derek. Yeah, yeah, 587 might be the Berkshire or the Makito. I can't remember what we have here. Pappy, when he came to visit, I told him about that, and I think he put some pictures of that on a video. He did a recap of the end of the year video, and I think he put that on there. I think he went to the park and took a couple pictures of that logo and put it on the. Okay, that's what I thought, Thomas. That's a Makito. Yeah, yeah, that's the one we got here. So. You can always make room for a couple more off the rails. Yeah, there you go. Robert's got the right idea. Well, we don't want that, Floyd. No one wants to see this mug. That's for sure. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye out for that, Thomas. Yeah, we will definitely keep an eye out for that. Well, hey, Derek. Hey, there you go. Well, guys, let's see. Okay, Thomas, that sounds pretty cool. Oh, okay. 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 Well, guys, I am going to call it a night so I can go rest up a little bit, pet the dogs. I already fed them, so they're happy. Um, and yeah, it is. Thank you, Kyle. Well, everybody, it was nice talking to you. Yeah, they did make a Hudson. Um, um, and hopefully I will get a video out soon. I think this weekend I may make a little bit more running video and then kind of piece it together and maybe do some. Thank you guys. Um, thank you, Jerry. With some narration over it, like I did the last one. That's what I might do. I got to kind of go through and look at how my switching video turned out because I had a couple issues and a couple cars derailed or didn't work out because I was making a video, obviously. So, yeah, thank you, Thomas. Thank you, everybody. And I will catch you guys later. And hopefully you have another video coming out here soon for you. So everybody take good care. I'll catch your videos. I've been trying to catch up. I've been trying to watch a couple for me to kind of still just don't know how I want to do my roads yet. So that's what I kind of been looking into. Wow, where do I want to do my roads? I've got the highways and byways stripes, but I just want to know how I'm going to do my roads. So thank you, Sparky. So yeah, I think I just want to get a few more running, a couple other different of my locomotives. I think just to round it out. So just to make it nice. So yep. So all right, everybody. Well, take care. Hope everybody has a good week. And I will catch everybody later, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you.